and I'll say this for Bud Elliott, he stood up for the Big 12 in that moment, which I was a little impressed by,
Thanks,
where
bud. Yeah.
he said, was anybody expecting West Virginia to do anything this year? And if the answer to that is no, then why do we care if they lost to Ohio? And how is that like a knock on the Big 12 overall? He said nobody gets really upset at the Big 10 when Purdue loses a G5 game.
Yeah.
Nobody gets really upset at the SEC when Mississippi State loses a G5 game or something like that. The ACC is 3-9 against Power Four opponents this year. Should probably be talking more about that than
Hmm.
how bad the Big 12 is against other Power Four opponents. But it is interesting that the conversation typically focuses on the Big 12 when, first of all, we can get into this in a second. They're 3-1 against the ACC right now,
Yeah.
and the ACC has a far worse record against Power Four teams, including Notre Dame overall.
I think the problem, though, or what's hurting the Big 12 is there's not a Miami, a Clemson, a
Yeah,
Notre Dame, if you want to count them. There isn't, there are no top 10 teams. And at the moment, I mean, I guess Utah is the closest, right? Maybe Iowa State probably should be a little bit higher ranked than they are. But without there being what looks like a dominant power or a national championship contender, we're 2.5 weeks into the season, like whatever. But
sure.
I think that's kind of what's holding this league back. Is it even with the ACC being such a joke below that, 3 or 4 teams, people still look at that and say, well, they have those flagship programs that are going to be playoff contenders, that are going to be national championship contenders. And the Big 12 has yet to establish that they have one of those, that kind of the rising tide lifts all boats kind of thing, right?
Right. No, that's definitely true. I think there are a couple potential teams, like you said, who have the ability maybe to do that for the league this year. Utah and Iowa
Yeah,
State being among them. TCU potentially,
sure.
depending
We'll see. Yeah.
on how things
Yeah.
go.